Diary entry number 14. Elizabeth Bennet, July 21st. I have left with my aunt and uncle for some time away this summer. They had been planning to visit Pemberley. A few days back we decided to go. Although I knew that Darcy was not supposed to be home, I was still very nervous about being at his estate and possibly running into him. When we arrived to Pemberley, I was unexpectedly surprised to see how much I appreciated Mr. Darcy's arrangements. He had a massive estate with everything in tip-top condition. However, it wasn't showy-offy at all. He was very elegant when it came to placing furniture and arranging everything that was placed in the estate. I did imagine, for a moment, what my life could have been like if I had accepted Mr. Darcy's hand in marriage. I would have been living in this beautiful estate rather than simply just being a visitor. Throughout the entire tour, I could do nothing but think of Darcy and imagine him living in such a place. As I was leaving, I looked out the window and, to much of my surprise, saw Mr. Darcy himself riding up on horseback to his estate. I was beyond speechless and embarrassed that he would see me visiting his estate. He looked very, very surprised to see me. However, he had great manners and acted as if our last meeting had never even occurred. He had never before been so pleasant in my presence. He rejoined us as we were walking by the stream and had a very nice conversation with my uncle. Before we left, he requested permission to bring his sister to come meet me when she arrived home. With very little time to think, I automatically said yes. 2 days after our encounter, he arrived with his sister and Mr. Bingley, who I was surprised to see. Within minutes of being in his presence, all my bad feelings towards him disappeared. He was such a lovely man to have in my presence. Another thing that I noticed was that Mr. Bingley and Miss Darcy seemed far from in love. Mr. Bingley also seemed to have dropped a few hints about my sisters, which I assumed he was talking about Jane. It was a lovely visit, which ended with a dinner invitation that would extend our stay. My aunt has just informed me that we will be attending. As for me, the only thing I can think about is Mr. Darcy. I am not sure why, but my feelings towards him are definitely changing, and it is quite obvious that although I denied him, his feelings for me are still very present.